here it is. So in this blab, I'm going to share how you love what you do and creating a business. If you are a healer, spiritual guide or teacher, or coach or therapist in sort of unusual areas. And I want to mention that I've worked with healing for since 1997, I could say, because that's when I took my healer's sort of certificate. We don't need certificate, in fact, to actually engage in healing activity. But I worked with crystals like these guys, right? And these kind of crystals, I see them as tuning forks. So if you think about a piano, and then a piano tuner engages the tuning fork, they can hear the right note so that they can tune the piano. So this is the same thing. It's it's not a woo-woo thing. It's just each one of these have a specific frequency, and then it's like holding that frequency quite a long time inside, so that if I have it in near me, I can feel it. Not all people can feel it, but when you're training it, you can feel it, and then you can copy and paste that frequency because it's very high frequency, and then you can take that on and be balanced, happier, and then your channels open so that you can actually take action in a much better way than before. So I'll tell you something. I have also written a book. It's the Crystal Lotus Handbook. And my name is here, Margherita. I just used my first name when I authored this book. And you can see it on Amazon. But what I wanted to share with you is some of these things that is kind of quite interesting to know about when you're going to start a business. If you know the energetics, the energies that you have inside and what you're drawn to, then you can better choose what topic and what precise thing you're going to do in your business. And I'll show a picture from my book here. This is a friend of mine who I made a drawing of, and she stood under a light, and I saw her energy flowing from the top of her head and down, and I took a picture of it, and then I drew it out here in my book. And I think that if we are feeling the things that's going on in us, like there is a central channel going inside of the body, right? And if we are aware of that, we can actually tune in with ourselves and find better solutions and have less doubt about what we are going to decide about, especially if we also want to take our services to the marketplace. And I am amazed that this new platform, the Blab, have offered such a great opportunity to actually share things and provide value. I mean, I started 24 years ago with my business, and I'm still keeping it alive for 24 years. I stopped, being, okay, we have Kevin here. Come on in. If you like coming in, just hop in. Hopefully you can. And we have also Jeremy Murphy and Vivek and Scott Snowcroft there. So thank you. And so when you come in, just hop on in, and then we can talk in person. Okay, so when you are passionate about something, this is the best way to have this attitude to what you will do for your business. Because if you're not passionate, then there is no jive. There is no kind of alignment with your heart, your head, and what your actions is. So there's 3 levels, right? There's your heart. Yeah, so we know our heart, that's where we're feeling. But what maybe you didn't know is that if your heart is out of line, then you can always be miserable. You're not you're not going to feel that you belong in that niche or that part of the business. And if you are not aligned with your head here, the logical part, right, then you might not do the right decisions. So you have to combine these two things, and what I'm showing, like you connect your head here and the logic and your heart, and then what comes in the middle here is your action and what you're saying. So this is what the marketing is. Marketing is that, to actually use your voice, your action, your energies to provide content for people. So I would love to see you come in here, Kevin, if you like. All right. So yes, here he is. We'll see here. Come on. Wow. Well, so I need to say also that it's amazing that so much interest has been happening about this topic today. Hello, Kevin. How are you?
Good, Margherita. How about yourself?
Yes, it's so exciting. And I had a hangout after the hangout that I did when you were there.
Yeah.
On Skywire, and we had a ball. So this is Hangout Thursday.
Excellent material there, Margherita.
Yeah. So do you want to comment on some of the things that I was talking about before that laid close to your heart?
Well, a lot of it's laid close to my heart. It's just that I've been a procrastinator for so long that I really liked when you said about choosing something and then asking yourself if it's the right thing, and you realize it's not, so you move on to something else and you ask something else, if it's the right thing, and you move on.
Yes.
And then when you find the one that you are passionate about, you're saying yes, 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 and yes. And I think I'm getting closer to that yes, 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 yes. So
well, that's a good comment, because you ask on the 3 levels, right? You got gut feeling, and then your solar plexus, that's your psychic connection, and then here is the intuition, right? So if you have all of these 3 levels aligned, yes, and you get yes first, and then the next yes, and the next yes, then you have no doubt, right? It's good mention. Yeah. And so have you tried it?
Oh, well, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I really believe it's close. In fact, yesterday in this Chinese fortune cookie, it kind of reinstalled the feeling that I can make it.
Yeah.
It took a Chinese fortune cookie to wake me up.
Great. And we have Heidi here, and we have Michael Thomas here. Just come on in. Yes, Heidi's here. Awesome. Well, this topic is so powerful, because if you love what you do, then your stress level may be intensified for a while, but you have a reason for doing it. You have a reason for doing that thing. You are motivated to do it. Yeah. And welcome, Heidi. We did a fantastic show, and Kevin was on there, and Jeremy here, and Vivek was on the show today. It was amazing.
I just wanted to jump in and say hello, and I'm sorry I was not in time back. I had an amazing day in Rome. I did 4 short periscopes, showing people around Rome. I mean, where I was only in the park area, and I was on the YouTube Creator Day, where they gave us some hints. And you know what? We were really the very old parents. There were children accompanied by their parents, but the children who have the YouTube channels of 8, 10 years, 12 years, I felt sort of a little bit out of...
So how was the weather in Rome?
The weather was wonderful.
Yeah.
Really, no, it was good. So just wanted to tell you, and have a good time with our Kevin special guest since this week. It's great that you are everywhere. And next week I will be with you again. And I have to do a little bit because tonight is Lauren's Q&A call, and I have to catch up a bit, so I leave you alone. Okay. And Jeremy and Scott Goldcraft and Vivek, and I think there was also, I don't know, it looked like Michael.
Yeah, Michael Thomas.
But maybe
hop in.
Is he here?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, good
Hi,
seeing you. Bye, Heidi.
Okay. Bye.
So that was my co-host that we have a long relationship with. We have done 83 or 82 sessions so far on Hangout on Connections. And then we have Adrian here also. And just jump in if you like. And so, Kevin, since yesterday, it was yesterday we talked about.
Yeah.
On the other lab. So how do you feel right now after the exercises we did yesterday? Because that's some of these things that we do, right? Yeah.
See, that I tried something different today, this morning.
Yes.
I did it with my eyes closed.
Oh, cool. So you're using your intuition and movement,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
First thing when I woke up, I did about 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was
That's really cool. Yeah.
And I was doing it with my eyes closed. So that was good. That was nice.
Yeah. Okay, so Michael says he can't come. He's multitasking now and he can't come in, but he will listen here.
Yeah.
So Kevin, do you have a business?
No, like I said, I the last couple of days I've said I haven't worked in probably almost 5 years.
Okay, so Adrian says he can't hear me, but can you hear me, Kevin?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So Adrian, you may go out and come in again and to engage your microphones. Okay, so you don't have to have a business to listen to this, because if we love what we do, you can also use that in regular life.
Well, that's
so
what
you can tell me a little bit about that.
Well, see, you know as well as I do, for about the 3 times that we've been together on this, is that I love to laugh.
Yeah.
So I got to thinking, I thought of this a long time ago when I just read an excerpt from Joseph Campbell, is to follow your bliss. And I really couldn't think of any passions that I have, except the only thing that I'm really passionate about is laughing. So, but what gets in the way is, how in the world am I going to make a living laughing? But that's because of that ego, that other voice saying, hey, no way, don't even think about it. But when Blab came on here, I got to thinking, wait a minute, I can show a little bit of voice here, you know? Hey.
Yeah, that's really cool, because before you can start a business, if you want to start a business, you just have to have a voice. You have to find out where your heart is, and where your mind is, and then take action, right? And so you've done that. You've been very, very good, you know? Yeah. And if the closer you can come, then you will know what you need to do, right?
Right. Yeah. And I've been really having a hard time. See, I had the job that I got laid off on. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I was really hurt that there was mismanagement in the company.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of hurt me a bit. And so I thought, like, well, you know, maybe I'll take a couple weeks off. Maybe I'll take a month off. Maybe I'll take a couple months off. And there's been times throughout this whole time that I've tried to get something going, except for getting work, because I really don't want to work for somebody.
Uh-huh.
But right now, I'm getting to the point where sooner or later, I'm going to have to do something because my money is starting to go.
Okay.
I've been living off a savings account.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I live pretty, frugal, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where, hey, I've got to think about something coming up.
So what do you love most to do? You say laughing, but what kind of activity that you can engage other people in?
Well, basically stuff that's nature. I really love nature.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was out in nature, maybe if I had a so-called job or so-called career that was like out in nature, I'd really enjoy that. Doing things for people. I really like serving. I mean, I go and volunteer. I go and volunteer every once in a while.
Right.
And I really enjoy it. I should probably volunteer more, but when I do it, I enjoy it. So serving and nature. So I need to serve nature and lab.
Yeah. So, are you interested in doing camping trips or guide people to nice places in nature and camp there, or kayak or canoe or something like that?
Well, I thought about that. I don't know. I guess maybe I haven't asked yes to that question. Because basically what I do here is I bicycle, I swim. I used to do a lot of traveling, and I loved it.
So what's the favorite places that you have traveled to that you want to go back?
Well, there's a couple that I lost all the pictures to. I had a trip that I went to Prague, and then I went to Oktoberfest in Germany, and I really enjoyed Germany. Yeah. And Sweden, Stockholm.
I have been in all three countries. I was born in Sweden.
Yeah. And I was in Stockholm, and then I went to Turku, Finland. I took a ferry over to Turku, Finland. And all those countries I don't have on the pictures, but I got them here.
Yeah.
I've got them here, so I'd really like to go. Oh, and then Barcelona.
Okay.
Barcelona is another one that I only spent like 3 or 4 days in.
Did you see Gaudi's Cathedral?
Oh, yeah.
I wish I could have gone there, yeah.
You know what? A dream of mine is to go in there and to laugh to hundreds of people.
But that's an idea. Check it out. Okay, we're going to go into this cathedral. It's like Gaudi's Cathedral is an enormous artwork that Gaudi is created, and he died before he finished it, right?
Right.
So maybe that is something that you can engage other people on, maybe blab, to actually say who wants to go on a trip and have some fun time with seeing Barcelona and laughing in the cathedral and it's something like this. So this is how you start to work it. And if you feel that passion, you're asking on the 3 levels, and then you ask it, and then he says, yeah, that would be so cool. How can I make that happen? And then just let it sit there until your action comes up.
Yeah.
Oh, I really need to take action on this. I really need to do it. Shall I do it? Just do a little small experiments. Try a little trip first. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to do it, but try to go there and talk to a couple of friends and going over there, right?
Right. Well, I don't know if they'd let you. I don't know if they'd let you laugh in the cathedral.
But it's
see,
a
I've
space
never.
outside, right?
Oh yeah, but see, I've never been inside. I was on the outside, but I saw a picture of the inside, and the inside just looks so spectacular. And the acoustics just seem to me like they'd be unbelievable.
You know, I can imagine that if you have the right intention, and then bringing, let's say, people who also like singing,
Yeah.
may have an opportunity to sing in the cathedral. I mean, I've sung in a cathedral in my hometown. It's a 500-year-old Gothic cathedral. I was in the choir there, and
Yeah.
I can tell you, even though I was only a teenager at the time, it was probably the most experience. Like, it was such a great experience for me to stand there and hear our little church choir in this humongous cathedral.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're actually thinking this, even if you're not a church or a choir leader, maybe you can engage some group to actually do it. And you're the guide. Here we go, and then we do this, and then we do this, and then you talk with people who are experts on the different parts, and then you just coordinate it. And it could be really fun, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, I know that they do tours inside, so, you know, I guess you could probably talk to some people who do the tours and to see if, you know, if it's possible to, you know, to gather something like that, you know, singing, laughing, whatever, you know. So, but no, that's been a kind of like a thing in the top of my head about that's one place where I would really like to go and laugh.
Yeah.
Is Gotti's what is it, this? It's Sagrada Familia.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So.
Well, having a mission of spreading happiness and joy by laughing genuinely, that's a pretty heavy, prominent, mission for a person.
Yeah.
Because then you're spreading joy and positivity. I mean, I can't think of any better thing to do if you have those kind of travel and laughing to join that too.
Yeah. Well, you know, Aunt Tiffany does do the, or she travels and brings groups.
Yeah.
And takes them there and then does the joy work and stuff. So I really should probably get with her a little bit on that and check that out. But no, I really enjoyed how you mentioned too about how the gal asked you about how to reach people, and you came out and you said just touch them.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here I could touch you too.
Yeah.
And this is an ethereal touch, right?
Yeah.
I talk with you and listen to you, and so if you apply that genuinely, because if it's falsely, people figure it out.
Oh,
right
yeah.
And so, do you have anything else that you're passionate about?
No, I can't. Well, I mean, besides eating.
Okay, so you combine with special foods. You join with people and eat the food you like, and then have a culinary circle, let's say. There is so much you can do, and that includes laughing too, right?
Oh, yeah.
But when you connect it to a sort of a mission that you have to share your gifts with something that you already know that you love to do it, then if you need to do this business, then this is what you would do for a business.
Yeah.
And so you're forming the ideas about what you could do, and you don't want to be employed again, right? So the many people become entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
and you have a bank account still, right? So you have a
Oh
little
yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I sort of celebrate you, because if you have this idea right now, you can go far.
Yeah.
And you are on the platforms here, on the Blab and on Google Plus. I've seen you, you know.
Yeah.
So this is something that. So what would you call yourself if you did this?
Well, see, that's what I've got to come up with something. I got to come up with something. I thought about, like for like the title on some of the things, if I were to host, were to be something like laughter, the best medicine. Do you believe in that? Or something about calling myself the laughter medicine man.
Oh, cool! Laughter medicine man. Yes. Hashtag that. I'm going to type it in here. Medicine man. Okay. I said mad here. It should be medicine, right? Spelling, you see, that's not my forte. Medicine
Oh,
man.
I hear you.
Okay. There we go. Now you have a hashtags. Use that. So, and whenever, if you're going to choose that name, then you hashtag this laughter medicine man, or even create yourself a new Twitter handle.
Okay.
To do that. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. I need to go and try to figure that out. How to do a new Twitter handle, because I wouldn't mind putting that out instead of my Kevin Boardman too.
Yeah. Why did you made it Boardman too?
Well, because I guess there was another Kevin Boardman, and he was number one.
So now I don't think that laughter medicine man is taken yet. You could check it.
I know. I should try to go in today and try to figure out how to do that, huh?
Oh yeah, I will be the first follower.
All right. And then they'd have my name up on top, but that could be my
the handle, right?
Yeah.
So what does medicine man mean to you?
Well, laughter to me is the best medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, and actually I believe in my heart that's the best medicine. I mean, it really is. It's helped me out so many times, and I think I've seen people that are laughing, like at the laughing yoga places, or even, in theaters and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
how it changes their lives, how it changes their lives for the moment, And so I just got to think, well, I think I came up with the title too, because I was watching this YouTube, and there's this group. It was called Old Crow Medicine Man, and I really liked their music.
Yes.
And it just kind of brought me back the old things of back, where the medicine man was kind of like he was not like a drifter, but he just kind of went on through the things, and then just the history of like the Indian medicine man, and that way I can, get up and do some movement and stuff. And
yeah, so I've made a little drawing here about connections, and it's like one dot can connect with numerous other dots, right?
Yeah.
And the dots are the beings or clients or friends or connections you have. And some people have lots of connections. Some people have few connections.
Yeah.
But the number of connections sometimes is not the most important.
Right.
It's the bond between the connection that counts. If you have one or two friends that is really your heart friends, counts far more than if you have 1,000 acquaintances.
Right, right.
And so the quality of the connection is the most important, so that you build a trust with your followers.
Yeah.
And now the Laughter Medicine Man is going to be very successful because we have launched it here, if you like to do that. And so think about the cathedral. Gaudi's cathedral was something like this, but he uses spirals, right? He uses spirals like this all over the place, and this is like blending, the blending mode between people and the buildings. It was always this sort of blended curves he used in his.
Hey, you know what? I saw you do an interview when I was checking checking out how to get on your show this morning. I went to your well, it was the connections, and I saw the interview you were doing with what was her name? The artist.
Margherita. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I saw her lines in her painting, Darinka.
Yes.
Darinka.
She's my soul sister.
Yeah. And I saw those lines throughout the painting, and I'm thinking, wow, man, that's what I was doing.
And you do it too.
Yeah, that's what I was doing yesterday. I'm thinking, wow.
Mm-hmm. That's what I say. It was light language, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just taken out of the air because I've seen it.
Yeah.
I can show you another picture of her here that she painted for me. Did I show you this?
No.
This is a painting of hers. It's my very favorite painting.
Yeah. She and I loved how she explained how she paints.
Yes.
You know, it's not that you just go up with the brushes and stuff. You got to. She
painted the cover on my book.
Oh, you know what? When you showed me the book this morning, I was thinking that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to have good connections.
Oh yeah.
She would paint a portrait of you too, if she felt like it.
Yeah. But no, that was I enjoyed that. I watched the interview, and I really enjoyed her, and I enjoyed your questions, and that was one big painting she was doing.
Yes.
7 feet by 9 feet.
Yes. and this is also another example of doing a business that somebody loves. She loves doing her business.
Yeah.
And she's, she just doesn't worry about the money coming in. She just presents herself, and then the people are coming.
And that's it, Margherita, is that you don't worry.
Exactly.
And that's where I got to get to my point of being able to learn to listen, because I love to talk. And I want to tell you, there are not too many people in here, but I want to tell you that if you ever feel like you need somebody else in the seat, you just give me a little hint to get out, because I love being a seat hog.
But you're a very good one. Seat hog. Okay.
But because I do like I like to talk, but I gotta learn to listen.
So when you were listening to what I said before, what stood out in your mind?
Well, I think the touching, because that's really important. Because when you touch people, and like you said, it's got to be real. It just can't be fantasy. I mean, or flattery or whatever. But then you got into talking about, well, things that, procrastination, which I think I've done a lot of the things that I was thinking about doing just to procrastinate. Because
do you know what procrastination is?
Oh, yeah.
Do you
Big
know
time.
what's the cause of it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's something that, well, in fact, okay, here's the, it's something that you're putting off because you don't want to do it. It's causing you pain. It could cause you pain. And you're putting it off thinking that you're going to temporarily relieve that pain, but it really doesn't.
Do you know what's underneath of that?
Oh, well, fear.
Yes. And what is your fear?
I'm
asking you, you're in the hot
seat. Failure, probably.
Failure.
And then for some reason, this is one thing that bothers me too.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I'm far from it. But I think that I have to have things perfect.
Oh my goodness, are you a Virgo?
No, I'm Aquarius. That's
that's even more. Then we are up here in the ethers. So, do you want to work on that fear?
Well, I know I need to work on that fear.
So, what is your biggest resistance to actually work on the fear?
Well, I keep on trying to want to think about what I'm passionate about, and some of the things that I did, creativity, like, okay, I go back to my younger years. I was really interested in basketball, okay? Mm-hmm. I went out and did it. I went out and I shot baskets, hundreds to 200 to 300, just like the regular NBA players, okay? Mm-hmm. I was shooting basketball all the time. I was really passionate about it. And then the only thing I can think about in the last 5 years that I was really, really, really passionate about, that when things got tough for me, I still pursued it and was persevering in it, was by bicycling. I went through a time where I was having flat after flat after flat, and I couldn't figure out why I was getting these flats. But I didn't stop. I was close, man. I was really close. Mm-hmm. I was about ready to give up that bicycle and just start buying bus passes, But then all of a sudden I said, no, I got to figure this out. Yeah. And so I did. And I asked for help.
Great.
I went to the bicycle places and I asked for help, but guess what? Their help didn't do really anything at all. So what happened is one time I had an extra rim, and I just changed the rim. And when I changed the rim, the flats went away. Because nobody said that there was anything wrong with those rims. They looked at the rims, they said there's nothing wrong with them. They put new rim tape in there, we put new inner tubes, new tires, and I'm still getting flats. So, I mean, we're talking about, you're about ready to go crazy.
Right.
And the one thing I really take out of this is that I persevered.
Yes.
And I did it. And that's why I keep on thinking to myself, I said, Kevin, why don't you just take that experience, but see, the whole thing is that I that's what I really took from you this morning, is how you did it to certain things. How you took something, you ran with it for a little bit, and you realized, okay, that's not it. And then you asked yourself, okay, that's not in my gut. And then so basically, I think probably what I really got to do is and I really don't want to admit this, but I think I'm going to probably have to. This is what's been really scaring me the most, is write a resume, get out there. Get something that is going to be close to what I like, and then find that. Or at the same time, just do my blizz on laughter, and then of course the whole thing is I'm always worried about the money.
Okay, because that's like in the root, right? It's that the basic.
Yeah, it is in the root.
And what you can do in that case is very good, as you suggested. Just get a little part-time job.
Yeah.
Just get a little part-time job. Take anything.
Yeah. Because it would help me get out of here.
If you do that now, then you still have some money left. And then you have a momentum going.
Right.
And then you might choose to do a different job.
Right.
And then develop connections inside of that job. Maybe the new job could be at the travel agency.
Right.
Maybe it could be like a coach for a team somewhere.
Yeah.
It's something that's close to the happiness that you're seeking, right? And then you have travel and food. Maybe working in a restaurant. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
You see,
I need to get out, and because like you're talking about how you were an introvert.
Yeah.
And you like the emails. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, at the beginning, I was an extrovert. And then all of a sudden, at these 5 years, I've turned into being like a very much of an introvert. And I need to get out there and then to be able to produce. And then start getting those creative juices flowing to where I can start coming on here. Because you're doing what you love. Yeah. So you've got that energy of doing what you're loving. Okay. Now, I love to laugh, but I've got to get out there and show the world that I like to laugh, and then come on here and show the people and share it. Exactly. That's exactly it. And I think that's what you have brought out in me the last couple of days is the fact of I need to get out there to make sure that I'm doing something to bring back here to share. Because you mentioned something yesterday, or I don't know, it might have been this morning, but I think it was yesterday that you said something that really kind of stuck to me, that you got to have something to share. Yeah. You got to have something.
And you can't share it, right?
Exactly. And that's where I've been missing, because I haven't had it, because I've been in here, most of the time. I go out and do things, but it's not to where I'm growing.
Right. So can I suggest something to you?
Sure.
So in your town, go out and look to the storefronts in your town, and then go in. You're not going to buy anything really, but you go into that store and then you see if there is other people there. But you have to be interested to go in there and see if there's other people in there, and go to talk to different people. Yeah. And you will find an opportunity for a part-time job.
Yeah.
And it could be a restaurant, it could be a travel agency, it could be a outfitting store, or I'm just mentioning this because you're interested in travel, right? And outdoors and nature. You're in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
So there is lots of culture there. The desert walk, and I love camping in the desert, by the way.
Yeah.
I've done it. It's like awesome.
Oh yeah.
And it's like this high altitude, and it's like the sun comes up, and then there's, these birds on the sky, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
Are you interested in photographing?
You know what? Well, another thing of mine was to go out, and I was thinking this of going out and getting experiences with people, trying to laugh out in public, or just doing acts of kindness and taking pictures and taking photos and then putting them on YouTube
Yes. You
And
can
so
you can record yourself on Periscope, right?
What's that?
You could record yourself with your phone and then put it
Right.
on YouTube or being on Periscope or something like that.
Oh, okay, okay. But so that's another thing I was thinking about. Because, like I said at the beginning, I really didn't want a job, but I really believe that if I got a part-time job or I got something that would be closer, it would get the juices flowing. It would get me out of here. It'd get some momentum going.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I would much rather be able to do it without having to do that. But I think that's the biggest thing I've been really procrastinating on is that doggone resume. So I'm going to take your advice and just go in and talk to people.
Shake hand with them, here am I, and then, okay, now then they may ask you for a resume, or
Right,
probably
right.
going to take you in, try it out for 2 days, and then you'll show them who you are.
Yeah.
The best connections happens like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So no, I gotta do that. I gotta get out there and start performing or start getting that in to where I can share.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that really spoke to me probably the most is that I don't have anything to share. I mean, I've got things to share.
You do have.
I've got things to share, but not on a consistent level to where I can come in and just be flowing, like somebody was mentioning about you today. How can you just be so happy and so, always so excited and enthusiastic? It's because you've got that to share.
Yeah, I decided to be like this.
Yeah, yeah.
I made a choice.
And that's neat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think we come to an end here. Do you want?
Yeah, I'm sorry that we didn't have more people in here. I hope.
But you needed time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's cool. This is meeting that is supposed to be.
Yeah, cool. I really enjoyed this, Margherita. Thank you.
And come on next time if you like.
All right. Just like I said, kind of give me a nudge if I'm being a seat hog.
Well, I like the seat hog. Yes, we need some more seat hogs here. Okay, so thank you for coming.
I'm gonna go right now, and I'm gonna try to change my Twitter.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that, and then I'm gonna get out.
Okay.
You have yourself a good day now, Margherita.